What is going on, guys? Brandon over here at Geek Talk. I know it's been a minute, but I am back and I want to talk about Avatar The Way of Water. It blew me away. I absolutely loved it, man. And this is coming from a guy, actually, time out. Spoilers in this video. You have been warned. There's not going to be any pop ups. Maybe I might put spoilers, but spoilers. This is a spoiler reaction slash review of Avatar The Way of Water. Now that we got that out of the way, this is coming from a guy who wasn't the biggest Avatar guy. I don't know the world of Pandora. I don't know the lore. I can barely remember the characters. It's came out like 13, 14 years ago. I watched it the day before just to freshen up, just to remember it. But I've always appreciated Avatar for what it was. An amazing, beautiful cinematic movie experience that I just appreciate it. And I understand, people have their problems with it, the lackluster story, if you feel that way, the underlying message with James Cameron about colonization in the first one, and even the new one, it has that with for me at least, ocean conservation, and then the really strange one, whale hunting bad. It was kind of weird thing to have a light shown on it, but yeah, that whatever. That was kind of, I felt like it was a necessary story to be told, but it was kind of it was weird. But for me, this movie, it was so refreshing to see the family dynamic being pushed by Hollywood, to see a strong father figure, to see strong women leads, to see an overall strong family relying on each other, learning from each other, going through the struggles with each other, and growing. I feel like there was a lot of growth with these characters, and I've seen reviews, I've seen people talking about it, and they make feel like Jake Sully was kind of, he stayed at A, never went to B. Neytiri, I kind of agree with. It was unfortunate that we didn't see her more so as a mother. We just saw her as, she had a lot of, she was very rageful in this film. And she's probably my favorite character out of the whole thing. She has a moment at the end when, we'll get there. We'll get there. But she has a moment at the end that I looked at my wife and I was like, fuck yeah. She is about to go ham. And I thought Zoe Saldana, I have the names pulled up because I could never pronounce the names and I can't remember the actresses and actors, but Zoe Saldana's performance in this movie, I thought was for the moments she got. I wish we could have saw a little more dynamic with her, but for the moments we had with her, I thought it was wonderful. And I also thought she killed it in the first Avatar. I thought Sam Worthington was phenomenal in the first one too. And I know a lot of people think Jake Sully's a dry character, but I love Sam Worthington. His voice, I could, if he could narrate books, I don't know if he does or not, or a book I'd want to listen to and he would narrate it. Oh my God. I love his voice. I think he's phenomenal as Jake Sully. Neytiri, Zoe Saldana, like I was talking about, she's my favorite character in this movie. I thought she was phenomenal. It might be the last scene that did it for me, but my God, that was the most meaningful thing. Strong heart. They have our daughters. Dude, amazing. The children, you have Kiri that's going through her own struggles, feeling different, being different, not knowing who her father was. She's the offspring of Sigourney Weaver's character, Grace, I think's her name. There's a weird story of, was she some celestial birth, some weird magical thing that went on. They tease it. Was it the nerdy scientist that always hanging out with her character? Like, we don't know, but it's kind of easy to think that, it's like an Anakin Skywalker thing. Ao's had some part of, her birth, her creation. And we see her grow through that and kind of come to terms with it. I think the next movie is probably going to focus on that a little more. And then we have Loak, the rebellious son that never does anything right. We see that dynamic between Jake and Loak never, feeling like an outcast and never, really knowing if his father actually appreciates him and loves him and understands what kind of person or Navi he is. And then we have Neteyam, the kind of generic, yes, sir, I'll do what you say kind of kid, kind of character. And then we have Tuck, for me, the comedic relief. She's a youngin' going through some crazy shit. There's not much you could have done with her. I'm sure she'll have more character. Her character will be drawn out a little more in the later movies, if those movies end up coming, which I hope, because now I'm excited. I want to learn about this world. This movie, it got me in a weird spot, and I fucking love it. But yes, those are the characters. You have Spider. You have the one thing that was kind of, I don't know how I feel about it quite yet. The villains. I thought it was lazy of James Cameron to bring back Quaritch. I don't know. It's been 13 years. You couldn't have gave us a new villain. You had to rehash. I don't know. I understand how his character, like all the theories I've been watching lately, and I understand like we might see a pretty cool arc from this guy, but it's been 13 years. I thought we were gonna get something fresh, and I didn't watch any of the trailers. I didn't watch any of the videos, the teasers, nothing like that. But overall, I loved it, man. Mainly because the messaging about a strong family dynamic. It just really hit home for me. And now I have my own kid, and just I don't know. It was really special, man. It was nice and refreshing to see. And then we could talk about the effects. We all know that Avatar it looks beautiful. We nobody. I don't think anybody had any doubt. Even the people that aren't going to go watch this or have interest in seeing it, like they know. They know Avatar: The Way of the Water is probably going to be the best looking movie of the year, in which it absolutely is. There are moments, especially in the eclipse time when it gets dark, there are moments where you're like, holy shit, I can't, like they look real. The Navi, the avatars, they look real. There's moments when it's close up on Jake Sully's face when he's talking with Loak, in a certain moment in the movie. I guess I'm kind of avoiding spoilers, but you just look and it's just like, holy shit, I cannot believe this is CGI. I cannot believe this is motion capture. This is not real. I thought it was seamlessly. And we got people out there talking about frame rate. I don't know shit about that. Okay. I didn't notice any of that. If you're an average moviegoer like me, you ain't going to notice that shit. But if you're a nitpicker, film critic, all that shit, I'm sure you will. But I thought the effects and everything flowed seamlessly. Okay. Pandora, the world of Pandora is once again breathtaking. James Cameron just knows how to, I don't know. I guess if the movie costs that much to make, it's gonna be beautiful. But it makes me wonder why we haven't seen these kind of things with like Star Wars, the MCU. Like where are these effects in these other movies? Is it too expensive? I don't know. The MCU seems like they got a lot of that. I don't know. But James Cameron and Avatar continue to kill it. And I remember watching Avatar the day before and saying, God, this movie is so good looking. They look so good. It's such a beautiful movie. And then going to watch Avatar the first time and not really thinking about it, thinking, oh my shit, this movie is really good looking. And then coming back, had a little hangout party with my niece and brother-in-laws. They're youngins. They wanted to come over and play. They were staying the night so we can go watch Avatar. But they were playing the Switch and stuff. And then bedtime came around. I was like, hey, you guys want to watch Avatar before you guys head out? And they're like, yeah, we'll watch it. And then I just watched it and I was like, oh my God, I thought this looked good. Like it doesn't take away from how special it was when it came out, but just to see the difference between Avatar 1 and then Avatar 2 the second time around when I went to go watch the movie, dude, it is unbelievable. It is unbelievable. And to wonder what, I think the third one's already done, so it's probably going to be pretty similar in effects and visuals. But to imagine what the fifth or the fourth, the fifth, I don't know, potentially the sixth one look like. It's 2027, 2028. It's going to be unreal. And, I get this isn't for everybody, man. And if you're not a fan of the first one, I don't know. I would say give it a shot. I went with a guy who hated the first one. And he kind of liked the new one. I would say give it a shot. There's people out there saying it's not worth your money or your time. I don't know. I liked it, man. I really liked it. The characters, the effects, the story, I really appreciated it all. I thought the villain, not that Quaritch was lackluster or Stephen Lang was bad as the main villain. He's phenomenal as always. But I just thought the idea of rehashing that same old villain in a way was kind of lazy, but we'll see what they do in future movies. We could see a pretty cool, interesting story arc between his son Spider and him. I don't know. I got my theories, but we will see. We will see. Yeah. I think that's it. Man. I had a lot of fun watching this movie, and I suggest you guys go watch it. Come back and tell me what you thought of it. If you've already seen it, let me know what you thought in the comments. If you haven't already, please subscribe. I don't remember my outro, but leave a like on this video, and I will see you guys later. Deuces.